everyone. Oh, thank you for coming. Hello. Sorry about that.
Not at all. Welcome everyone to Portsmouth in Mayfair. My name is Genevieve Gaunt, and in collaboration with the Rabbit's Foot, the Film and Culture magazine, it is my absolute delight to be here interviewing Matt Smith, also a dear and valued friend of Sir Paul himself.
Yes.
Now, as I'm sure you know, Matt is mesmerising, both on stage and on screen, and as an actor, he's a true shapeshifter, taking on roles that are often transgressors and rebels, crossing class and even universes. He seamlessly has played the Time Lord in Doctor Who, which earned him a BAFTA nomination, Prince Philip in The Crown, which earned him an Emmy nomination, a singing psychopath in American Psycho, the musical, the American Robert Mapplethorpe, the photographer, a rather dashing pimp in Edgar Wright's Last Night in Soho, recently Darren Aronofsky's Caught Stealing, in which he played a punk rocker, and of course, famously, the white blonde Prince Daemon Targaryen in House of the Dragon. And now, drum roll please, he stars as a scene-stealing, sex addict salesman in the Sky TV adaptation of Nick Cave's book, The Death of Bunny Monroe, which is out on the 20th of November. More on that soon, but please join me in welcoming Matt Smith.
Hello. What are you doing?
Now, Matt, before punk rockers and princes,
Yeah.
there was football. Can you tell us about your journey into acting?
Yeah, well, I mean, at the risk of sort of repeating myself, I was more interested in playing football really when I was a kid, and I played for Leicester City and for Nottingham Forest in the sort of youth systems there, and I did that up until the age of about 16, and then I got a back injury. I never know if it's... There's two different versions of it, basically, the name of it, which I won't kind of bore you with. But anyway, that happened, and, you know, that was the end of that dream, really. And I had a wonderful teacher called Mr. Hardingham, who was sort of convinced that I should be an actor. And I just thought, like, acting was like being an actor, you know, like, I wouldn't get away with it with my mates, you know. It's like I played football, that was my whole sort of identity, really. And anyway, please excuse me because I've told this before, but he cast me in like a drama festival and I didn't turn up. And then that summer he phoned my mum and he said, "Look, please, can you just make him come and be in this play?" And he cast me as the drawer number 10 in a play called 12 Angry Men. And I did it, and then I was like, you know, sort of, actually, yeah, there was just something that happened. But I was lucky. I had a really great teacher who sort of changed my life, really. And I think if anyone, I mean, I'm sure all of you guys have got stories about a teacher or not, maybe. Have you? Somewhere along the way, he's like influenced, really changed the direction of travel for you. So.
Most people pursue acting. It seems like acting pursued you. You must be the most reluctant film star that's ever
film
been.
star as such, but I mean, also my sister was a dancer, and I used to watch her, and I think actually I don't give her enough credit really. She was a huge influence on me in terms of going to see her. She was in Saturday Night Fever, and I watched that a lot. And then she was dancing to like Take That, and just seeing that sort of life and being on stage and all that. I thought, oh yes. And then she let me live with her for a year in Harrow. And then I graffitied all over the walls in my bedroom, and she said, "Fuck off."
But you were a serious footballer. I mean, you played for the Cobblers.
Yeah.
And then the National Youth Theatre happened.
Yes.
Is that right?
That was, again, I mean, if anyone, any young person happens upon this talk, I think if you are interested in sort of being an actor, that was just a real that was a game changer for me. It was an absolute catalyst. Yeah, it really changed my mentality and approach towards being an actor. That's where I really started to kind of develop professional skills, I would say.
Are there any parallels between football and acting?
Yeah, I think there are. I think, the preparation, the thought that goes you know, the kind of discipline of being a sportsman, I think, is really easy to translate into the discipline of being an artist, and I've certainly found those two sort of realms to be really useful together. I mean, all the things I learned in sport, I've definitely translated to sort of art. I mean, if you look at Eric Cantona, in like when he played for Man United, as a football fan, he scores that goal and he turns his collar up, and you go, "Fuck, that is just." You know, the minutiae in sport that is, you can't really recreate in drama, but I think, yeah, that's the sort of intention.
Do you think there's a ballleticism? Like, you're very stylish, you move very well. If anyone's seen Matt on stage, he's very...
Like Paul Smith.
Yeah. And I'm thinking about you and style, and obviously we are in Paul Smith, and all those different roles that you've played. They're so varied and there are so many different looks. How does costume change a part for you? Do you have say in costume and finding things?
Yeah, massively. I think the way, as you know, if anyone, you know, if you wear Paul Smith, it sort of feels naturally quite wonderful. And I think with costume, obviously lots of actors talk about what you wear on your feet, or everything, the sort of rhythm of the costume, or the texture, the tone, it has a huge influence on the way you stand, the way you walk, the way you express yourself. But what's weird about costume, I mean, I'm sort of going through this process now for the job I'm about to do. We're going through the process of trying to find the costume, and sometimes you don't know if you love a costume until you've worn it for a couple of days. I don't know if anyone's an actor in here. Is anyone an actor?
Hands up, actors in general.
But do you know what I mean? Like, sort of, and then you wear it and you start to go, oh, you know, and then it sort of kind of feels like yours, and there's a sense of ownership that comes with having been in it.
Can you say which job this is?
I'm about to do Star Wars in December, and we're sort of trying to develop the look for that, really.
So I imagine everything's tailored to your body. It's made for you, or?
I don't know, I couldn't possibly say.
Okay. And thinking of, I love the relationship between film and fashion, of course. I don't know who knows this, but Paul Smith is a great friend of Gary Oldman, and they worked together on Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. And in Bunny Monroe, tell us about Bunny, and tell us about what you wear and how important costume was for that journey, because it's an amazing TV series. He's brilliant in it, but it's got a very specific aesthetic. And your director, I know she talked about Natural Born Killers. And David Lynch, and I was wondering, what was your way into playing Bunny and the costume?
Oh, God, what was my way to play? But I mean, I don't know if anyone knows the novel. Does anyone know the book in here?
Yeah, just tell us about the book and who Bunny is.
I mean, he's a pretty mad fox. It's about, I mean, look, essentially it's about the sins of the father, really, but it's about a guy called Bunny Monroe and his son, Bunny Jr., and Bunny's wife dies. And Bunny's left to sort of look after his little boy who's 9, but Bunny is a sort of sex addict, drug addict to everything, to every sort of thing you could be addicted to. He sort of is, and he's on the verge of a nervous breakdown. Essentially, what we call a royal fuck up. But there is a deep sense of heart in him as well. And anyway, so that's when we join the story, and then we see them go on this sort of road trip. It's like a mad buddy movie in a way, and it's quite dark in places, but very dark in places. But it's
and it's set in, is it about
2002 or something like that? Is it? Okay. It's like just after the 90s.
In Brighton.
In Brighton, which was a very interesting time for fashion. But what I'd say is Isabella Elkoff, the director, has a really wonderful visual aesthetic, and I think that's really clear. And also, look, Nick Cave wrote the book, and if anyone knows Nick Cave, if you want to look any further for sort of someone who's on top of angles and fashion, you know, Nick Cave and Paul Smith, they're like, do you know what I mean? They're in the same boat, and so all of that bleeds into the book. It's
yeah, I can see you and Nick Cave having a whiskey at a bar after a long day of shooting.
Yeah,
that would be a great photograph.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it would be a photograph. But
let's make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure Nick drinks anymore, but
let's not make it happen.
I think those days are gone, but yeah. I mean, he's an extraordinary man.
Let's go back a step. So it's based. So The Death of Bunny Monroe was a 2009 book, something like that.
Yeah.
But was it a screenplay before it became the TV show?
I read that in the notes. I didn't know that. But it may well have been. I think he probably wrote it as a screenplay. I mean,
Right.
I think they've been trying to get it made for years, but because of the tone of the material, sorry, I feel like I'm ignoring people over there. Because of the tone of the material, no one would make it. And I mean, Nick actually said, he said, finally, when Sky, God bless them, had the courage to make it, finally someone with the balls to tell this unholy tale. Because it is an unholy tale, you know, he's a tough person to get on board with. But I sort of love him, as I do with, you know, a lot of characters that you play. You end up sort of fighting their corner a bit. Hard as it is with this.
How involved was Nick Cave in the production?
Involved, yeah. He's an exec on it. He's done music for it with Warren. Yeah, he's fully in it, man.
And he has a cameo, is that correct?
Does he? I don't know. You tell me.
Bonnie Monroe is out on the 20th of November, so you've been pointed out. And is that the first time, forgive me, I don't know, is that the first time that you've been an exec producer?
It is actually, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
What was that like?
I loved it actually. It was great. Yeah. It was nice being involved in. It's nice having some sort of, what's the word? Some not jurisdiction. It's just nice. Yeah, agency. Good word, Genevieve. Thank you.
We practiced that before.
Yeah, it's nice having some agency over the big decisions, and I credit to Clerkenwell who made it. They just did they did The End of the Fucking World and Baby Reindeer, and they're really, really smart producers. They're really on top of things. I can't speak highly enough of them really. And you know, Nick was clever. He gave us the latitude to make it as it should be, and so did Sky. This isn't, if you come to watch it, it's not a show that you can sort of make half-assed. You've got to go all in, which is why I think it's going to be quite polarising for some people. But isn't that the best sort of drama? When it is a bit like so much now is just this homogenised sort of gump, and I think at least this feels there's a sort of danger to it, which I really liked.
5 minutes before the talk, you said something that I thought was so lovely.
Oh.
The heart of Bunny Monroe is the relationship between Bunny and his son Bunny Jr.
Yeah.
Can you talk about the kid who plays Bunny Jr.?
Rafa, yeah, he's amazing. This little boy. I was like outfoxed every day by this 9-year-old, which was infuriating. And he super bright and really. I mean, we saw like 400 kids. It's a lot, you know. And credit to Shaheen Beg actually, who the casting director. Don't know if any of you saw Adolescence. She cast that as well, you know. And there's a real. It's very clever, really clever person. And he just had this natural aptitude to understand. You know, because I mean, bear in mind you're doing a scene with a 9-year-old where there's like drugs and sex and strippers and you know swearing and all this stuff. So you can't. There's only so much you can reveal to him. So if I say fuck in the scene, I can say it on my tape, but then when it's on him, I've got to say frig or flip. So you have to learn the scene sort of twice, really, because you can't just keep swearing around a 9-year-old because he's fucking 9. You know what I mean? It's like you can't just pollute this pure, lovely little boy. But he was really. If you watch it, he's brilliant. He's really clever.
The relationship between the two of them is extraordinary.
Yeah, I mean, without him, there would be no show, really.
You must have put him at ease, though. There's a freeness in that relationship that's just.
Yeah. Well, I liked him, you know, and I had to spend all day with him. But I found him really really interesting. He'd like tell me about like fucking animals and stuff. You know? Oh, cool, man. Yeah, tell me more. You know.
Did you?
And he'd be like, no, I think maybe have you thought about this and doing it? I'm like, okay, cool, yeah. Well, I haven't actually.
What about how to do the scene?
Yeah.
Was that on day one or
no,
3 months?
No, it was kind of it, but they were thoughtful ideas, you know. It wasn't coming from a place of depth, actually, oddly. Yeah, honestly, he's a brilliant little boy. I love him, and you know, and actually, all credit to his parents as well, because you've kind of got to cast the parents in these things. If you cast the little boy and the mum and dad are an absolute fucking nightmare, you're in trouble. But they were amazing, because you've seen it, like some mad shit happens in it, and he's 9. He'd be like, "What's happening there?" And I'm like, "Well, you know, how to explain it, you know."
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he was just brilliant.
And being an exec producer, were there other decisions that you could kind of collaborate on, or
Yeah,
things that you
all
like?
of it.
Like,
All of it, casting and, head of this department or that department. It was, and I mean, kind of credit to the people involved with Clerkman and Sky. They made me feel included. How much they listened to me, I don't know, but they at least gave me the illusion that I was having some sort of credible input.
was it a difficult role to sustain, to play? I mean, I have to say, I wondered, have you found anything really challenging? Because you do very difficult things seamlessly,
Oh God,
but there's a lot of
it's all
humor and dark, and it's funny.
Yeah.
Like, was it particularly difficult to sustain that, to get into that headspace?
Yeah, because he's doing stuff that is just appalling. It's like you're not endorsing a person like that when you play them, but you are representing them. So you've got to sort of get into the state of being and the mindset and I don't know, like so much of acting really, like, if this isn't boring, sorry, but the work you do as an actor is about trying to create some sort of inner life. And when you're trying to create an inner life for someone like Bunny, it's chaos, So, and if you're really going to try and commit to it, you've got to try and live through that throughout the day for a bit. But yeah, so it was difficult, but it was also great fun because he's fucking cool, mate. Doesn't give a flying fuck about anything.
You drive around in the show a lot in this very cool car.
Yes.
And you play a punk rocker in the Darren Aronofsky Caught Stealing.
Mm.
Am I right in thinking that you do ride a motorbike, or you used to? Or?
Oh God, I'd be dead if I rode a motorbike. No, I don't.
No.
I'd love to. No, that would be no way.
Or maybe it was Top Gear.
Ah.
This guy is fast.
Yes. I'm quite a fast driver actually, but I don't think I'd last in a straight line on a motorbike. Yeah.
He came fourth on Top Gear.
Did.
A tie with.
Good knowledge.
I think it was Ryan.
I don't know who it was. I think
Ryan Reynolds.
I think Rowan Atkinson or Matt LeBlanc won. It's like fast with it, and then Fassbender was like, I think Fassbender was third or fourth, and then there was someone else, and then there was me.
Nice.
I beat Tom Cruise. Really?
Brilliant.
Fucking Tom Cruise. It's like the best. Do you know what I mean? We can fly a fucking plane. Yeah.
You mentioned just now that the kid Raphael gave you some acting notes, and I was wondering more generally on jobs that you've done, like what's like the best and maybe like the worst acting note you've ever received?
Oh God, what's the best and worst you've ever received? It's a tough one, that. Actors in the room, any thoughts on that? Best and worst?
I got P shorter.
That's got to be actually.
Yeah.
You're joking.
And someone said, "Oh
Not as an actual genuine note.
They said, "Oh, you'll never." They said, "You'll play comedy when you leave. It'll be fine. Who's that woman I'll call the midwife? You can be like her." It's like Miranda Hart. Okay, cool.
But a short version of that, obviously. God, that's annoying, isn't it?
Well, have you had something that's kind of unsettled you or made you relaxed or playful?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, it's a tough one, that, because I'll get home. It's like when people go, "What's your favourite albums?" and you go, "Actually, I know that," but I don't know. I don't know if this is true, but I heard like Maggie Smith when they'd come up with a bad note, she just sort of turned her shoulder. I find myself doing that more and more. How's that? Oh, the thing with a bad note is you just do this. Oh yeah, and then you do it how you want to do it anyway. If it's a director, and it depends who's telling you it. Like, if Darren Aronofsky says do this, I go, okay, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Some directors you haven't got that relationship with. And look, at the end of the day, you're all trying to get to the same point, which is to make it good and truthful and believable. But invariably, some people you just get on with better than others anyway. It's like anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the best one is, in fact, Darren gave me a really wonderful one at the start of Caught Stealing. He said, on like the second day of rehearsal to me, he said, "I give you permission to be a punk every day." So I just could come in and like fucking just bowl around, and like I really did as well. I was fucking bouncing off the walls, yeah. Whether or not that was the right thing to do, I don't know.
It looked pretty good.
He said do it, so I was like, all right, and I did it. Yeah.
Best album?
Best album ever? Oh fuck me, that's difficult. I mean, I think I said I love Dark Side of the Moon. I love my favourite Beatles album is probably Sgt. Pepper. My favourite Arcade Fire album is Funeral. My favourite Radiohead album is probably Kid A. What's the Story, maybe, Illmatic, I don't know, 6.
Any Nick Cave in there?
Yeah, I've got, I mean, look, a lot of Nick Cave, but weirdly, you know, with Nick, it's like, I sort of came to Nick later than I came to those bands, you know what I mean? It wasn't, I didn't quite have the same journey with him, and then, yeah, I kind of did that subsequently.
I was thinking about good notes and bad notes, and also sometimes maybe it's just that kind of relationship with the people that you're in a scene with. And I realised that Lindsay Duncan is in Bunny Monroe.
She is.
And you did a play
I did, yeah.
together, one of your first ones.
Yeah.
That Face.
That Face, which is a great play. I don't know if it, yeah, it's a fucking great play.
And I was wondering, on set, like, do you sometimes have moments where another actor gives you something
Yes.
and that you weren't expecting, and it unlocks?
Yeah. I mean, I've just worked pretty extensively with Emma Darcy on House of the Dragon, and they are fucking brilliant. Brilliant. Daily, you just sort of go, wow, they're so on top of, you know, and always the cleverest person in the room, but Emma's pretty extraordinary. Lindsay sort of changed my life in a way. I did this play with her, That Face, by young Polly Stenhouse. She was 19 when she wrote it. And if you haven't read it, if you're an actor, fucking read it, it's brilliant. It's a great part for a boy and a girl. And like, she walked into the room and it was the first reading. And like, this girl walked in like a sort of 80s top with blonde hair, and I went, who are you playing? And she went, oh no, I wrote it. I was like, you wrote it? About 12, like what? And then we became, you know, firm friends. But anyway, Lindsay she gave me a great note in life actually for acting. She said, it's all about the detail, darling. It's all about the detail. And actually she really influenced my attitude to love, Lindsay, weirdly. I sort of fell in love with this girl in Brazil, and she gave me this book by Caroline Duffy called Rapture. Well, I was umming and ahhing whether to go and visit her and all this, and she gave me this book, which is about a long distance relationship, and it's amazing. And she sort of encouraged me into this sort of, you know, young love affair.
That's lovely.
Yeah, it was nice, yeah.
Yeah.
She's amazing. She's great in the show, though.
So good.
She's like, you fucking bastard.
It's great. And Robert Glenister too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are some towering performances.
Yeah. There's a scene set at a funeral, and it's, you know, Buddy asks something really mad of his mother-in-law, really mad. She's like, are you fucking... And Lindsay just does this sort of icy, brilliant thing. It's good, it's exciting, a bit of acting.
You mentioned writers and books, and I know that you have directed.
Yes.
Would you direct again?
Yes.
Would you write yourself? Would you write a movie or a stage play?
Well, I think you're only a writer when you've written something and got to the end of it. I started a few things, and one of them's a really good idea, I think, and I've been sort of cultivating it for years, but I haven't got to the end of it, so I can't really class myself as a writer, but who knows, maybe one day, but I definitely directed.
You're too in demand, Matt, you don't have time.
I'm not, hardly, but I would direct it.
Maybe one day.
Yeah. I mean, I will actually direct again, I think. Yeah. But, you know, it sounds quite assumptive, doesn't it? But, yeah, purely because I just really enjoyed it, and it's you think, God, that gives you such sort of room to get better at something.
We've got to talk about American Psycho.
Yes, that's that, which is coming back.
Did anyone see his American Psycho, the musical?
One at the back, yes. Come on.
Because I've heard you say that you're not a singer.
Well, I'm not.
But I challenge everyone to listen to the soundtrack, which I did on Spotify in my car. And it's so good.
I mean,
I'm thrilled it's coming back to the Almeida next year.
Go and see it. It's fucking brilliant. It's a brilliant musical.
You are going to be...
I'll go and see it for sure.
Oh, you're not going to be in it?
Nah.
Matt, you've got to be in it.
I can't fucking play Patrick Bateman now.
I know.
I'd come up in my pants and get laughed
I think we should have a public vote.
Yeah.
Who wants to see Matt Smith?
No. You've got to be sort of young and, you know. But my best friend came to see it, Bondi came to see it, and I said, what did you think of my singing? He said, yeah. I mean, everyone else was better. Your acting was good, mate. And I kind of got away with it because I could sort of act my way through it a bit, but you know, I did it. It was my agent's fault. He sat in the back there. I wasn't going to do it, and he was like, "Yes, you are gonna." That's how my relationship with my agent goes. I go, "I'm not going to do it." He's like, "Yeah, you are." No, I'm not. It's like, Yeah, you are. And it goes back and forth and round, and then eventually I do it and turn up and moan about it.
I hate to take your agent's side, but he was absolutely right. It was
Oh no, that was the
brilliant.
right move. But you know, it was. I've never ever been as afraid as I was doing that. You came to see me, Duffus, didn't you? And I was drawing planes. Can you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full mental break.
Yeah. And I was like, I couldn't believe I was actually going to do it. But the first scene is you come up on a plinth in your white tighty whitey, and you sing this big note.
Paul Smith, tighty whities, or
Yeah, they should have been. And it's pretty out there. But go and see it because it's really entertaining. It's wildly entertaining, actually.
is there a dream kind of role, or maybe a dream director that you'd like to work with, or a type of part, maybe?
There's so many directors I'd love to work with. I'd love to work with Lynn Ramsey. Oh God, I'd love to work with Wes Anderson. I'd love to work. There's just God. I mean, where do you begin really with directors? A dream type of part. I don't know. I'd quite like to play someone from Nottingham, because my mum's from Nottingham, and I think that's an accent I'd quite like to do every day. Stupid as that sounds. I'd quite like to play Ted Hughes, because I love Ted Hughes. I think I could sort of just about get away with him physically. And that story is really interesting with him and Sylvia, and it hasn't really been explored since Daniel Craig did it.
I was thinking, there are so many parallels actually between you and Paul.
Smith?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I take it as a compliment. I
Do you
fucking
think so?
love Paul Smith. I don't know if you know him. It's like meeting fucking Willy Wonka. He's amazing. He's an amazing man. He's the most amazing energy, and it's like there's something about him that's completely, you'd sort of follow him into the gates of hell. You know what I mean? And smile about it. And you're like, yeah, why not, mate? Let's go.
Would you play him in a movie?
Paul.
Yeah.
He is from Nottingham.
He is.
Funnily enough. I think he'd probably play himself. I think he could still do it. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was thinking, you've done some fantastic biopics, obviously.
Play Paul, yeah.
Prince Philip,
Yeah.
and Maplethorpe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Prince Philip, you described, I believe, as, quote, a fucking legend.
Well, he was a fucking legend. I mean,
Would you do another biopic?
Yeah, if it was the right thing. It's got to be the right thing. And you've got to have a sort of puncher's chance at getting away with it. I mean, I'm the wrong class for Philip, actually. Looked like him wholly, but there was a puncher's chance. I understood the sort of energy of him and the essence of him, I think, or at least I thought I did. And I just loved him.
We'll have time for some questions now, and then I might move back in, but I want to give you guys a chance to ask Matt some questions, so please raise your hand.
Only if you have one, don't feel the need. Otherwise, we can talk about anything, you know what I mean?
Any questions?
Yes. I really liked how you talked about the teacher that inspired you.
Yeah,
And
Jerry.
obviously doing a bit of like love and acting.
Yes.
It's kind of a big question, but what do you think about the kind of state of education and youth sector,
Oh, yeah.
especially in the creative arts
I think
at the moment?
it's a fucking mess. I think it's a tragic mess, actually. I think it's been completely neglected. I think it's actually abhorrent, and I think shame on them. It was the Tories, wasn't it, actually, that ripped it all out of there. And the fact that there's so little drama now and music in schools around the country that just are not. It's been stripped out, actually, and I think it's a disgrace, to be honest with you. And that's why things like the National Youth Theatre are really important. And it's a charity, I'm on, it's something I really believe in, because I feel like, particularly if you're not from, one of the more affluent schools or areas, it's what was great about that for me is there were kids from all around the country, and some had scholarships and some didn't, but it was accessible in a really universal way. I think it's something we've got to keep an eye on and challenge the government about, because I think it's pretty poor.
On the subject of studying, you read.
I did drama and creative. I was interested in writing, actually, creative writing at East Anglia, and yeah, that's what I did, you know. But really, I mean, you know, the great thing I got from university was I met 3 Brazilian guys who turned out to be 3 of my closest friends, and I didn't really love university, to be honest, it wasn't mine.
Why not?
I don't know, I just
Did you
wasn't.
like doing and less?
Yeah, and I was doing the National Youth Theatre, and then
Yeah.
I got a play at the Royal Court, and I left sort of in my 3rd year.
Was that Fresh Girls?
Yeah,
Okay.
and I came back to do my dissertation and stuff. Did it in a week. Didn't drink. I've never drank coffee since. Drank coffee. Yeah. Needless to say, I got 2 too.
Any other questions? Yes, we've got 3 here. So yeah, Robert.
So what advice do you give to young people who want to be actors today?
This is an amazing film producer.
Well, we should be asking you then, shouldn't we?
I know nothing.
Oh, well, I know nothing either. I don't know. My feeling is, it's hard, isn't it? I mean, because it's probably about access. I think read as much as you can nowadays, because with iPhones and all that sort of thing. Make as much as you can. You know, regardless of, you know, what the sort of idea might be, or because you can really get that up and out there pretty quickly, and there's such an avenue. But I mean, you know, without banging the drum, the one bit of advice I do give young actors is go and apply to the National Youth Theatre, because I do think that is an organisation that can afford real change in a young person's life if they're willing and ready to sort of commit to it. And yeah, and just never give up. You know, that's the big one, isn't it? You never go. So what's the worst that can happen?
That's very true. I mean, we all know about development hell. Are there any movies that you really want to be made, that you are attached to, that are struggling, or?
No, there's nothing I'm attached to. No one's struggling to develop fucking anything for me. I'm just out there waiting for the next job to try and, you know, that's the thing about being an actor, you don't know, it's so much of it is luck and timing, you know, and then having the sort of aptitude on the day to go and get it. But
You're so self-deprecating, Matt. I mean, you're
well, it's all for show.
huge TV show, Star Wars. You know, there's nothing.
All right, look, but it's you know, it's not given in this industry. You've got to, you know, it's yeah. And there's always someone sort of above you, and there's always someone slightly below you, and then there's always someone slightly below them, and then there's, you know, I'm not below, but I mean that find it harder to get in the room for the same sort of part. For every part you're going after, someone else has said no, and then 10 people who are, you know, at the same sort of level of you want it, and then 20 people, you know what I mean? And there's not that much to go around, but yeah.
It's always exciting, never boring, sometimes scary.
Yeah, I'd say so. Which is why it's such a great career, in a way.
We had 2 questions here.
On that topic of things being scary, you spoke earlier about being on stage and it being one of the scariest moments of your. I'm just quite curious about how your experience with nerves and how much that has been a factor through your career, or what you ever do to deal with that, if that's ever been an obstacle for you.
Yeah, it has. Of course. I mean, without going into too much detail, when I was young, I had quite a bad speech impediment, and there was one play I did, Swimming with Sharks with Christian Slater. It was really bad. It was really fucking bad. I had to come on and say, I play like I say it now. I'd come on and go in an American accent, is Stella there? And my problem with my speech was with ST. You see, you can sort of hear it sometimes. It can come out, and then I just couldn't say it for and I had 4 months of this play left, and Christian Slater would look at me every night and be like, I mean, one night, no word of a lie, one night, he threw a fucking binder at my head that hit me square in the temple, because I think he just went, fuck this, and he just went, bang, and went, and then after that, I'd be able to see, it was very weird. And I remember, then, by the way, the name Stella's in this play for fucking 2 hours. And then I was at Euston Station one night, and I phoned my dad, and I was like, I'm fucked, I don't want to give up, I can't do it. And he went, just fucking hold your nerve, man, you can do it. And I think with anything, any acting job, or you'll always, like the job I'm about to do, there's always day one in it where you think, oh God, do, oh my God, everyone knows each other, and they all like each other, what's, you know. And so, but that's what's amazing about it. You've always got that little leap over the sort of river every day, really, especially when you play. But every time I do a play, I go, why the fuck have I let myself in? What am I doing? What's the point? It's not worth it. You know, you sit there, fucking try and meditate, do something, walk around, eat a banana, play the piano, anything to get your mind off the thing that you're doing. But then you do it, and afterwards, and if it goes well, there's just no feeling like it, really. It's like, fucking get in.
It's interesting you say that, because I don't know if anyone saw it, but the play you did at the Royal Court, Unreachable.
Yes.
And
With Anthony Nielsen, right there, yeah.
Well, that was kind of...
Off his head, yeah.
But,
Well, because so he doesn't. There's no play when you first get there. You improvise the play, and he writes it as you go and stuff. And it's so on the first two previews we were missing 30 pages of the play. We had to read the end of the play every night. And
sounds like the play you've written that you haven't finished.
yeah, well there you go, exactly.
You should do that. Just improvise it.
Well, yeah. But he's a wonderful dramaturgist. He's a very clever, brilliant man. But that wasn't without its challenges.
Did you enjoy the challenge every night of improvising and going with the flow?
Well, no, but it's not improvise every night. You see, you improvise in the rehearsal process. But the thing is, he just hadn't ended up doing. You know, he hadn't written it in time. So so he brings in the last 30 pages of the play, and then one of the scenes is set by candlelight, and I'm like, I'm not going to be able to read the play. And he's like, you'll be fine. And anyway, it gets to that point, it's candlelight, and I'm there, and the fucking pages are over there, because I'm in the moment. And I do this, and then the audience know I can't see, I know I can't see. And I'm like, fuck, so I just walk to the front of the stage, and I went, fuck you, Anthony, fuck your process, and fuck your stupid play. And the audience went, oh. And it was one of the most electric moments I've had in theatre, because where he's really clever, and what he realised, and he came backstage and went, I've never been nature. Anything else than me. But why he's clever is because as an audience, I think, when you watch something, as a viewer, especially in the theatre, you're sort of, at least I am, you're like interested in the mechanics of theatre sort of breaking down. And when you see that, it makes you feel part of it. And so when you see the mechanics of it sort of unfurl, you go, oh fuck, we're like a team, you know, and it never really hit that nexus again in a way for me.
Yes.
Yeah, you mentioned like the crux of acting kind of for you being that inner life and being in touch with that.
Mm-hmm.
You're such a kind of visceral and free performer to watch. I just wondered if you could speak a bit on how you approach that technically, whilst also maintaining that level of freedom and kind of responsiveness without getting bogged
down, yeah, it's a good question. Don't really know is the truth, because it's not an exact science, but I think you know, working really like, I'm sorry for those who aren't interested in acting, but the sort of state of being, what's the state of being within each particular scene, really clearly, and being really clear about the sort of the inner dialogue that's going on, and then it's a leap of faith, really, an instinct. I don't know, is the truth. Yeah, I'm still trying to work it out. But so that's why it's a good question, because I wish I had a more sort of coherent answer for you, but I don't really. What do you think?
Well, I think the instinct is key, but as an actor myself, I find that quite difficult, because trusting that is a really difficult thing to do.
Yeah, but you know, there's like the real risk isn't just, you know, when you know the lines, but just listen. Because like sometimes it's not even about what you're saying. It's about all the other shit. I don't know. It's a tough one, isn't it?
That's helpful to you.
It's a bloody bugger. Yeah, but you know, you can just ride the glass, man. You know what I mean?
The leap of faith.
Yes.
It's good.
Do you know what I mean? It's,
I do.
The leap of the sort of going. I'm not in control.
Do we have time for one quick question? Any others? Yes.
You spoke a bit earlier about the lifestyle of being an actor and how you enjoy that.
Yeah.
I'm also an actor. I wanted to ask you how you navigate the unknown of it all. I find acting easy and enjoyable, and it's the best part of my life.
Yeah.
But being an actor and the time off.
Yes.
Like and the unknown and the lack of control of that.
It's hard.
Yeah. And
Have
I
you
wonder
ever
what-
had any time off though?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
You just never stop working, and on the stage, there's
No, I do,
it's just been
I do.
a winning streak of excellent theatre and
Oh, wow, you're flashing.
I'm not buying your
everywhere.
sob story.
No, God, I have, yeah, I mean, look, I can't pretend that I'm entirely successful at that bit either, to be honest with you, right, I'm still trying to work that one out, you know, it's,
Do you mean what he does in downtime?
Yeah.
Like how to...
It's more just navigating it mentally, I think, more than
Yes.
anything. I think I always find it coming off a job,
it's hard,
and it's
isn't
sort of this like cliff edge, and then
Yeah.
you're there and you're like,
Bobby.
okay, I know that I'm still an
Yeah.
actor, but I don't know what's on the other side.
it? It's hard, that,
Yeah.
and also wanting to be creatively sort of
Mm.
quenched in that
Yeah.
time and not idle, and you know, but so much of that is about your own sort of get up and go, I suppose. I find exercise a real good structural base.
Yeah.
I find drinking Guinness a real good structural base. Walking my dog, you know, watching the football, I mean, it's pretty simple stuff. But then, in a way, I sort of live for those moments a bit. Do you know what I mean? And it's, if you can, go and fucking, I don't know, get out to the, I don't know, really. I like getting cold water. You know what I mean? Simple shit.
You like what?
Just getting cold, really cold
Jumping
water.
into cold
It's
water?
like cold plunge, all that.
Cold
love,
plunge?
Love all that, yeah. 6 minutes, fucking cold.
Love that.
Belly challenge, yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Cold plunges.
Yeah. I like
Please-
fashion.
Fashion?
You can tell. You know, I'd love to be able to do this.
Do you paint?
No.
You like art though, I get the feeling you...
Yeah, I mean, I really love the form and I admire stuff like this. Yeah, I do. I love it. I love the different. I mean, I think it's quite interesting as an actor to study a different form or something. I think that's quite helpful to you. I play the piano a bit. It's quite, I find that quite useful.
So we've got a biopic coming up about
Oh.
football playing,
Yeah,
piano playing, I don't know,
Yeah.
what else? Painter.
called Paul Smith.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, leaps of faith and inspiration. Thank you, Matt, for a beautiful talk.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.